What would you do if you found out that your pension has been taken away because they feel that you are dead, but you are very much alive? Let's get to it.
This woman is not dead, even though her California pension plan thinks she is. For decades, Gloria Wilson dedicated her life to teaching students in the LA Unified School District. Now 94 years old and living in Texas, she depends on her CalSTRS pension until it suddenly stopped coming.
It was scary. I was upset.
Wilson says she first noticed something was wrong when her monthly pension deposit never showed up in her bank account. Her daughter, Melva Williams, says the family soon learned why.
We got a letter and it said termination of benefits due to her being dead.
I was really upset, and it disturbed me. And I couldn't imagine anybody saying that I was deceased when I was.
The reason why and this is just an opinion, I feel that the reason why they did that because when it comes down to these pensions, after a certain age, they send you like an annual letter for you to recertify to make sure that you're alive. And what probably happened was that maybe they sent it to the wrong address, or maybe they sent it to her and through all the junk mail and stuff, put it to the side, and did not go through it in time to send it back. They don't really even allow you to make a phone call to say, hey, listen, this is me. I can verify that this is me. Or maybe her power of attorney can do that, like a daughter can do that to make sure, hey, listen, my mom is giving me authorization to talk to you and stuff like that. But they do that so that they don't have to pay the money. All right. That's all it really is. All right. They know that people are living longer and they don't want to pay because hey, they already trying to pay teachers that's on the books, you off the books. She's 94 years old. Let's just say that she retired at, let's say, 65. She's 94. That means that she's been collecting the pension for 29 years. So not only she gotten paid as a teacher, collecting the pension, probably a nice, decent pension as well. But they don't really want to pay. So my advice to anyone in this situation or who is thinking about retiring from any type of government agencies that give you a pension, make sure you let them know if you're moving out of state, you make sure you let them know your address. And then also you make sure you check your mail. All right, because you might have to, after a certain age, you might have to constantly recertify. This happened to my grandmother with a pension that she was getting from my grandfather when he died. She had to recertify every single year. And it wasn't even much, like $300 a month. But still, she had to recertify every year. And if you don't do that, they just stop it. They say, oh, okay, all right, cool. So just be careful out there. Please make sure that you check your mail because that's how they do it. They don't go to their way of technology with texting you and all that stuff and you can verify through other means. No, they go through snail mail. They make sure that they do that with the ancient way so that they can catch you up on some BS. That's my opinion. If you have another opinion, please put it in the comment section. I would greatly like to hear from you because I know you guys are smart, intelligent, and I know that you'll come up with ingenious ways on why this lady probably didn't get her pension.
Wasn't deceased.
The letter left her stunned and immediately caused financial stress.
Oh, it was terrible because part of my monthly bills are taken out of my check because
Mm.
it goes directly to my bank. And so I was really upset about it because, you wouldn't want anything to be turned off.
Williams says she called the pension plan and was told she had to prove her mother was still alive. They were told to send a letter signed by Wilson and her primary care physician. The family says they sent it in twice.
Mother signed where she was supposed to, the doctor signed where she was supposed to, but it was something that one of their names needed to be printed, and one did printed where the other one should have.
Williams says it wasn't until a phone
Crazy.
call just a few days ago that they were given an explanation. She says she was told this wasn't just happening to her mother.
The way he put it was anyone, any one of the retirees that had moved out of state and they have not a California prefix of something of that nature was running into trouble because of the new computer system that they had set up
Mm.
in October, I think. The basic thing is that just like my mother, they were declared dead or uneligible now or something, of that nature. And I'm like, what? A computer glitch?
In a statement, the California State Teacher's Retirement told me it is not related to an error or system problem and said, "We regularly verify benefit payments for security reasons and to avoid fraud, and we're not aware of any benefit payments that have stopped incorrectly. If a member does ever have a payment delayed, we work as quickly as possible to reissue the payment."
Now, I understand about the fraud part because I remember this was last year where a couple got arrested because her mother, the woman's mother, died like 5, 6 years ago, but they kept collecting payments. They just kept sending in the documents saying that she was alive, forging her signature and all that stuff, and collecting the pension payments for years. So, yes, okay, we can understand that there's some fraud into why they want to do that. But people have to understand when you move out of state, when you have a pension from one state and you go into another state and you're moving out of state, you got to make sure that you up on it, especially when you get older. You have to have your younger family members, your children up on your stuff because all it takes is for them to say, like this lady here, that, hey, we feel that you are deceased because you didn't send in the paperwork in time, you didn't verify this, that, and the third. So now, for us to remove you from being deceased to still being alive, now you got to go through all this rigmarole, and that's gonna hurt her because that can take months. Who knows? Could possibly take years. But I'm glad that they got seven on their side, seven on your side to really talk about this because it's very important that we understand that these things happen not only to people of color, but it happens to people all over from all different races, all different religions. We have to make sure that we know that when you work for the government, you got to be on them because no government agency wants to pay you for a long time. They want you to work and do what you got to do and then croak early so that they can keep the money. So you got to be very careful. And I hope that this lady gets her pension.